All right, I'm back with what used to make a great leader. Until too much technology, apparently, and people got a bit slack. But what makes a great good leader? What did history, when we look back and hear history stories, what made them a great leader? Well, a great leader uses wisdom and heart and knowledge, the great ones. There was leaders out there that were great, and the history shows it. Hitler for a while and certain things, but it didn't work out in the end like a lot of things, and they weren't great because of the knowledge they knew and their heart. They were great because they had bigger muscles, a bigger dick, certain things like that that made them feel great and be great over others in words and looks and so on, right? As they believe brute power, and it has been for a while, and nature does too out there, um, beats you, big dick energy, right? The brain doesn't win. So when it comes to the brain power, it can win. Talked about a lot of times. Right now, they're using their brain power to just bomb the shit out of shit and stay back and go, oh, I'm having a picnic. What did he say? Fucking, what did he say now? He was there? Oh, it's one of his own kind. He cares. Right? We're using brain power. He's brute. He's over there swinging his arms, throwing knives and shit, raping people. He has his kids. Don't worry about that. He doesn't care about things. Might as well just be as bad as them. They like that. They egg it on. If we see a lot of these things out there, we keep doing that, which is very, very, very strange. And so when it comes to education and heart and all that and the great leaders, is they had heart enough to, they could have stood back. The great ones were in the battles. Right? Now, it's not always wise, right? And sometimes these great ones fell because the great one was the only good one and they had a heart really, and his next one pretended to, because that's easier to do, right? Definitely the ones with no heart for a goal, everything. Yeah, you fantasize and be something or want to be something for a goal, right? And how do you succeed that goal? And you can do it barbaric ways. History has shown it. You can do it all sorts of ways. Right? You can steal the knowledge. That's why they succeed for a little while. Bad guys like Hitler, because they stole the scientists. Just like Americans got it back and took that power, which was the scientists at that time. You see, the brains, as they build the cool shit today. The what do they say? Huh? And it allows them to be, if they want to, chicken shit as all fuck, as their brain says that they can, and they've got a way to use speech magic, as some would call it, to get their way out of things and show you what you need to hear and show. As they say, if you don't want junk mail, just don't see it. But what do you want to see to want to believe in the now? Right? Propaganda. And so, great leaders used to always, and what made people see them that they're great and pick them, and some of them have become holy and all these kind of things, is because they believed they had the heart part. They followed the righteous, that love wins, right? That you don't have to go, come here, bitch, I got you. You're going to be good because I'm going to force it if you don't, right? They can say that that's love in the end. There's stories where some people learn to love it, which is called adaptation. Right? Doesn't mean you adapt, doesn't mean it's the right way or it is right. And so a great leader will use its wisdom, its know-how, its abilities, right, of what it's got to do greatness and to prove the best way for its people to feel not so guilty when they use the good apple and not the bad. And they would go with them to see certain things to get the best tactics, to be in the field, to show that you're not scared and that you're just sending them because it's easier for you as you got your pockets full of cash, like people can do today a lot, and the government's allowed a lot of them. There's more than ever before, which can create their own armies and rebels, and history talks about that, and that hasn't changed. And they use their heart, right, and their tactics. And instead of just using the bombs, and in some cases, you might see them, they don't use their the Romans didn't use their big weapons all the time, as they went along with that heart thing, right? But they didn't have the heart, today's heart, with the education we know, because heart also gets better with education, right? As you know something better, people with heart might have done a wrong decision, a judge, and then find out more information later and feel like fucking shit. And when that happens, if you feel like shit, It's because you had a heart and you fucked up. And that's a good thing, because when you have a heart, you either go fuck it and give up on it, which is why they say the righteous way is the hardest way, or you fix it. You go sort it out. That's what I do all the time. You know, as I have a heart, and I might even do it when people don't want it, but it needs to be sorted because things get worse, and it's best to fix your heart, your feelings of what's gone down, right? And so what you do, if I was today, say today, what I'd do, say I had to go to Gaza, say they raped my people, right? They've been doing all these things. I've done bad things too, but I decide now, I finally got the education now, so I'm going to speak these words, and say that just happened. And because you've got to change somewhere, you don't have to finish it off. Some people's change is just kill that person over there, even though we're not, and we'll change. That's what they did to Jesus. And we'll just take that and we'll go from there, maybe. Right? And that's why we fail, because we believe we can take it and do it better than what righteously learnt it and got it first. Why does that happen? And usually the ones that do, if you know, 90%, they're the ones that are meant to do it. Tesla was the one that was meant to be top shit. And if he was picked, you would have had wireless electricity. Because you're not, it might come soon when they're ready to bleed you dry with all the first crappy technologies. Because that's called business and money. That's the science of that. They're playing their book, and they're meant to. That science book of business and sell, and if you business and sell, you're God as you get all the money to control and business and sell. So if you believe, if you're an atheist and you're into that business and sell and you work in that sector, that's what you believe in. And that sector has the law. You see? So you have no religion. You just have, next week you might change your mind. Some incident, someone stabbed too many in your collective. Now the whole household now can't have this. And that's what you're doing. Right? And then there's other people who have the same system but just have one dude that just doesn't stays there. And they seem to do a bit better if they're staying to their heart, but usually envy and greed and money, as they say out there, changes you. Definitely if you allow it and have things that doesn't slow you down, no one to put you in the line, which money's getting out of control in those areas because people can get away with things with money and lawyers. So the system's created for that. Because you're in a business system, you see. Business has got to do with who's got the cash, how much money are you going to make? You get it? That's what you're in. You become a machine. You don't have heart. You don't have a real way of being, and you just turn into a machine, a calculator. That's why you hear about the algorithms. Soon you'll have machines and there'll be no need for you. You can download your brain. That's what these machines will probably start thinking. And you will be machines, and machines will take over all the rest that doesn't want to be there. Too bad. That's evolution. Isn't that sucks, like Terminator movie? That's where you're heading. You're still all promoting it right now. Isn't that true? Huh? Not already? Things happen. Well, try to get the algorithm. We've got algorithms for this. Algorithms are good for areas like farming, stuff like that, because those things are for everybody. No one's going to outdo anyone with it and try to take over, if it's shared in those areas. But if you algorithm everything, then you might as well just say, put your in negative robot meal, and so I can compete. How are you going to compete with all these algorithms without one? Let me know. You're going to get smarter? You're going to know before it knows? Hey, you're going to get an upgrade? Perhaps we might be. Perhaps some of us are going to get an upgrade. And you're going to be the same one getting left behind? How would you get such an upgrade to keep up with robots? What would you say? Huh? And if you can't do certain capabilities, then you're not going to keep up. Right? And so what would you do? You do what you did to the Neanderthals? Or would the new upgrades do what they did to the Neanderthals? Get rid of them just because you're better. Because I can. I'm bigger. He looked at me funny. He keeps speaking to me. He walks on my driveway. You know what I mean? You know heaps of humans talk like that? They're the ones, the main reason why certain things get wiped out. And they believe they fit in with the Hitler crew perfectly, so they can go join these areas if they want. They believe that everything just revolves around them. They're the smartest, they're the best. Could be true, but it doesn't mean they need to dominate. That's their failure. That was Hitler's failure. Too fast, too quick. Gone on a bit of drugs too. High shit. But anyway, I'm going to leave there. Thought I'd have a little chat about some things. And have a good one out there.